Hi, how's it going? Welcome back to Family and Fit, where we talk fitness and how to integrate your busy lifestyle. So today, I'll be teaching y'all, or showing you guys, kind of how to put your fitness goals on autopilot. Because a lot of times, your schedule gets really busy, and it's hard to make fitness a priority. And so for me, that's how I originally got started. How I was able to stay consistent was I made it a must. I made it so that nothing came before fitness. Well, after going so long into fitness, and after you've built the consistency and have built a good relationship with fitness, and just the ability to continue your fitness journey without relapsing and quitting your journey. And that's something that was my biggest fear whenever starting, so I made it a must. Nothing else came before fitness, and that's just how I had to go about it. So after a while, and after I've built up enough confidence that I'm not going to quit, you then can take it a little bit easier, and at that point, you can do stuff to put your fitness goals on autopilot. And what I mean by putting it on autopilot is that it just becomes a lot easier, and you have to put in a lot less effort to actually get to the gym and actually work fitness around your lifestyle. Okay, so the first tip I'll give with working fitness around your life is to learn as many diet techniques as possible, learn as many fitness programs as possible, because here's the thing, most programs are developed not because one works better than the other one, it's because one works better with your schedule. That's why there are programs that are designed specifically for people. And you do not necessarily need to be buying a program and listen to exactly a specific routine. You just need to have a knowledge base that allows you to make your own decisions on what program is best for you at the time. So right now, for example, I'm doing a push-pull, or I was doing a push-pull legs. Now I'm doing an upper-lower split. And the reason why is because my schedule just seems more busy now. It's not that I have a lot more workload. It's like my schedule it's so all over the place that it's harder for me to make it to the gym. So if I do an upper lower, that allows me essentially 2 days where I can miss 2 days in a row of the gym and still be good. And that's the thing that I'm kind of liking about the upper lower thing. The thing I do not like about upper lower, and that I'm finding it hard to adjust to, is that I normally hit an hour to 2 hour long workout sessions per push, pull, or leg day. So say for instance, leg day doesn't hardly change at all. It probably just benefits when it comes to doing your upper lower. However, your push pull is now compacted into one day where it's just an upper day. So now that you're doing an upper day, you're consolidating double the amount of workout into one session. And the thing that I don't like about that is that you have to shove so much work into one session. And the thing that I was really not liking about it at first was just the fact that I didn't feel like I was going to be able to get the same workout trying to cram everything into one session. And as I've kind of hit a few sessions of this upper-lower thing, I'm kind of starting to like it, because what I found is if you superset everything, so you do, say for instance, bench press, seated row, or bench press pull-ups, bench press pull-ups, bench press pull-ups, and superset them back and forth like that, you can essentially keep on working out without taking any break whatsoever. Maybe just a quick breather break because your cardiovascular is actually becoming higher. And so there's multiple reasons why I'm starting to like this method now, and it's because the supersetting this, you can just continue going hard, and your workout may be like, 15 minutes longer than what it would have been by doing the upper lower type of program, but you've also put 2 days worth of work into one day. So now you have more days that throughout that week you can either focus on body parts that you feel are lagging, or feel like you didn't hit them as hard. For example, maybe you forgot shoulders and didn't really isolate your shoulders too well, so you'll hit shoulders on a separate day, one of your free days essentially, or you can just use them as rest days. And then it also gives you a longer period of rest to kind of build up your body's energy stores and muscle building stores and whatnot. So tip number 2 for going on to autopilot. So the first tip, you gotta know these different programs and different diet schemes. So another example with my diet scheme is that I do I'm in a cut right now, and I'm doing a really weird program that a lot of people wouldn't do. Like they just don't think about doing this type of thing, and it tends to be very effective for me. So what I'm doing is I am cutting Monday through Thursday or Friday, depending on how good my cut is going. So if I'm super strict on my Monday through Thursday, I don't worry about cutting on Friday. But if Monday through Thursday was like okay and I didn't do that great, then I'll go ahead and cut for Friday as well. That way the overall sum total of the week is close to what my goal was to be. And then so for Saturday and Sunday, I don't even worry about dieting really. I kind of watch what I'm eating and try to keep myself in a deficit. But if I happen to overeat, it's a weekend, so I'm generally using one of those days, either or Saturday or Sunday, or both. I'll use as a lifting day. So I'm going to be breaking down my muscles on Saturday and Sunday. So those are perfect days to kind of overeat or eat to my maintenance calories, so that I can utilize the extra calories for gains, and then flip into Monday through Thursday and just cut. I can cut super deep, maybe not work out as hard, but that's another way that I can kind of put things on autopilot. So it's easy for me to go with my work schedule so for instance, I intermittent fast. That's another thing that I'm doing with my diet, so that I don't eat all day until I get home at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes I'll eat at noon. It depends on like how hungry I am that day. The main thing that determines whether I eat earlier or not is like if I have meetings scheduled, I generally will eat. I will eat about noontime for my first meal of the day, and it's just because like I start to get kind of like, I don't know, foggy feeling, and I don't like to feel like that when I'm in a meeting and I have to have educated discussions. And a lot of times I have meetings with people who are, they're big dogs inside of companies, engineers and plant managers and stuff like that. So I don't want to, I want to be on top of my game for that. And intermittent fasting can, in the short term, throw you off your game. I think long term, it improves your mental health and all that. But for the short term, while you're actually fasting, and the deeper you get into your fast, you'll lose a little bit of your sharpness. So I will essentially utilize this fasting period just because it's so easy for me to do it through Monday through Thursday. And then when I'm home all weekend, it's harder for me to stay out of the fridge and snack on foods. I'll still try to, when I'm in a cut, stretch my meals out a little bit later. Try to make it to lunchtime, but I have kids, so I got to make breakfast for them and all that, and that makes it a lot more difficult to not eat while you're cooking them breakfast. Sometimes you accidentally eat without even paying attention, and you're like, just messed up my fast. But I generally just try to keep my calories a little bit lower. I don't mind hitting maintenance calories or even a bit of a surplus, but if I am going to go into a surplus, I make sure I'm super high in my proteins, probably more than what I probably even should be. But I'm still considering it a cut, but I want to keep my protein levels super high. So that way it may help balance my overall weekly intake of protein. Okay, so you can tell I really go in depth in the detail and explanation of like how I'm going about doing my routine, and just kind of give an example of how to go about doing this type of thing. And the main thing that I want people to take away from this is to schedule fitness around your life, not your life around fitness. That's why you won't stick to it. That's why you won't stay committed. is because you're going to try to form your life to fit fitness. And it just don't work like that. You have to fit fitness around your life. You have to go in the morning sometimes. You have to go in the evening sometimes. You have to go on the weekends and maybe hit twice as hard and do something like a upper-lower type of split, where instead of like a push-pull legs rest, just because you have less days per week that you can actually make it to the gym. If you can go to the gym Saturday and Sunday once a week, that's better than nothing. And you can actually, for your first year or two, see significant progress. And it'll probably take you actually 3 to 4 years if you're only hitting once a week. It'll take you 3 to 4 years before you start to really kind of start getting into more of an expert level lifting and more of a reaching your genetic potential without having to put in some really skilled lifting techniques. So let me know how you like this type of video. I think I'm really way more entertained by the car ride type of videos. They just entertain me more. I like doing them more because I'm out in public, and it's just, I don't know, the vibe of it's just better daytime maybe. I don't know. It's really just the car thing because I've done them at night too, and I tend to like them pretty well. So let me know if you like this sit down office style, if you like it where I'm doing them in the gym, or if I'm doing them down in my home gym, or the car ride. What type of videos do you like? Do you like the fact that I go in deep into detail on certain things, or let me know what type of a format you'd like to see. I'm really looking to gain followers and people who are just wanting to watch all my content and just build a community of people that are just like-minded and about fitness and about making it part of their life, and not so worried about, you know, the minute things of fitness that just are really truly irrelevant. A lot of people who are experts try to, they try to discredit people, and fitness is not that difficult. It's really not. It's truly not. A lot of the experts scare people away from fitness, and I have experts trying to bash me on things, and to be honest, I quite frankly consider myself an expert in fitness because all these other experts in here, I've gained most of my knowledge from them. I haven't went to any certification schools or anything like that, but I promise you, I have way more knowledge than at least half of the people that are out there, because I dedicated more time than what they have. I've spent hours and hours and hours for years and years and years educating myself on fitness. Before I went to college, I spent like 2 to 3 years on educating myself on fitness every freaking night. While people go home and watch 6 hours of Netflix, I'd be watching 6 hours of fitness videos of this YouTuber and that YouTuber, and reading documentation on different research studies, and just really consuming just a mass amount of content. So just do your thing, everybody. Don't let nobody discourage you. Form fitness around your life, not life around fitness. Also, some exciting news for myself. Family and Fit has just ordered their first apparel. They're not going to be available to the public yet, but we're going to kind of utilize them in our videos and going to the gym for a little bit of branding for ourselves. And we just really just want to make it more part of our lives. We want to make the family fit thing just more of a structured community. That way, we can really kind of establish who we are and what we're trying to do. It's not that we're working out with our kids just yet. They're way too young. They're like 4 and under, and we have 4 kids. 4, 3, 2, 1 is their ages. So it's just overall having kids and having a family and still going to the gym and still being able to get in shape and not letting that be a deterrent, and kind of focus on some of those aspects. And especially as we get more followers and they're requesting more information like that, would love to dive deeper into those type of videos. Right now I'm just creating evergreen content that everybody can benefit off of, and throwing in a little bit of the family stuff as well. So thank you guys for watching. If you stuck around to the end, I really, really appreciate it. It's people like you that why I make these videos. I just want to educate, and I just want people to be inspired and kind of kill out all the roadblocks and some of the stuff that stop people from being consistent. Thank you guys, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.